All right, Sunset Rewind, back at you. Kenny Chesney, Boys of Fall, great song, great song. Request of our guest today, Aziz Altwaijri.
Yeah, close enough.
Okay,
Close enough.
Thanks for being here, Aziz.
Yeah, no problem.
Corona Del Mar Sea Kings, offensive lineman, giving the big guys some love like you like to, do. Give the offensive lineman some attention.
No line, no shine, as Coach T says. And, I thought about that quote, and I'm like, we always have the quarterbacks and the running backs, receivers. We got to give the linemen the love this year. So we're going to try to focus on the big boys up front because, like I said, no line, there is no shine. Coach T is right. So thanks for coming in, Aziz.
If you're at a CDM game, Aziz is going to be rocking number 77, correct?
Yes, sir.
Look for him on the field out there.
Just for the record and all the announcers out there, will you pronounce your name real quick, loud and proud?
So my first name's Aziz and my last name's Altwaijri.
Okay, is that Irish?
No.
Altwaijri.
Yeah, it's.
Did I get that?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
All right, good name. Well, let's get this thing started.
Yeah.
2024 is finally here.
We are playing football.
We added a new team this year, Marina, so they're going to be a part of our family, I guess. They're one of the Sunset League teams.
And we got the week 0 games in the books.
All right, so let's pull up the monitor.
Who are we starting with, Coach?
We are starting with Fountain Valley was at Ocean View.
Happen to have that helmet right
Grab
here.
that helmet, get it locked up. All right, this is the first play of 2024. Coach G, onside kicks it.
Whoa.
There's a way to grab the attention of your team getting fired up. They recovered it, so first play of the game, Fountain Valley kicks an onside kick and recovers it, so they are in charge. Early on, Luke Taylor, remember this guy?
Oh, yeah. Luke is very fast.
That outside backer tries to get a jam on him, completely
Not even
misses.
close.
Luke just blows by.
Lucas Alexander with the throw.
A 90-yard TD for Lucas.
Nice.
Lucas would take it to the house. Or Luke Alexander, 7-0 Fountain Valley early on. Then later in the game, the defense playing great ball. Austin Walsh, the cornerback, is going to keep that receiver in front of him. The quarterback looks like he's playing 3 flies up. You have about 4 guys who could have picked that one off.
Looks like they're just playing a basic cover 4 there.
I mean, you got to put a little more oomph on that ball, otherwise that's going to get picked every time. So Fountain Valley would have covered. They'd set up shop in the red zone. From there, CJ Grover, new guy from last year, again, just going to run a little go route. Gets the touchdown. Now, I've got a new segment this year. It's called Coachable Moments. And Uncle Richie, who's a referee, I want you to give me your take on this. Now, forget the touchdown. That was a good throw and catch. But I want you to watch the offensive lineman. And Aziz, you're a lineman.
Yeah.
Tell me if you're going to call a penalty on this. Okay, now just keep watching. Okay, the touchdown. Play's over. Oh, be careful, though, right in front of the ref. That could have cost him 7 points, so you got to be careful in those situations.
Hey, he slipped. There's a banana peel on the field.
Possibly. Aziz, you throwing the flag?
No.
Uncle Rich?
I'm with Aziz. And you know what? It's first game of the year. Everybody's all hyped up.
All right, well, it's 14-0, so let's move on again. Now, special teams, AC Trang, one of their top defensive backs from last year, coming off the edge. Boy, anytime you have a high snap like that, more times than not, it's going to get blocked. So Fountain Valley setting up shop
He
on their
almost
side of
took
the
the
ball.
snap.
And this time, remember this guy, Nolan Oliveras? He's been on the show before. He's going to get it, cut back. What's that defensive end doing? He's flying upfield, not squeezing.
See that little step to the right and then cut back to the left? Nice move, Nolan.
Using his vision. So now it's 21-0. Fountain Valley looking good. More
Got
offense
Luke Taylor
this time.
in motion there.
Here's coachable moment number 2. Uncle Richie, you tell me what you think. So boy, Luke Taylor.
Little slip screen there.
Looking good, looking good.
Wow.
Now, Luke, you're not in the end zone yet. What's going on here?
No.
Uh-oh. That
Luke.
ain't a touchdown yet. So now it's a penalty. Gets called back 15 yards.
Did they give him taunting on that?
Yeah, unsportsmanlike.
Wow.
You got to remember last year, who was the guy from Medicine who flipped in the end zone? The receiver.
Was it Mason?
Yeah, York. He had his Mason York moment. So they would recover. They had to go 6 yards instead of having the touchdown. So Lucas Alexander's going to take it.
The big
quarterback
guy.
blast. This is a tough one to stop. So
Number
they do
7.
get in, recover.
All right.
Now Fountain Valley's looking good. It's 28-6. In control. Get more defense. This time Luke Taylor redeems himself. He's going to jump in front of the route. Tip drill. Gets the
nice.
pick. There would be a flag on the play, so they'd have to bring it back, but it was after the interception. So even though they weren't first and goal in the red zone, it didn't matter. because they could recover from there. And here we go. Brady Tomko, another guy who's in the studio.
There you go, Brady.
Now, Vince Perry, the defense coordinator, I don't know what defense this is.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I mean, he got to stop and wait for it.
Brady was kind of open on that.
Just you could have caught that one.
I
Aziz could have caught that one. And he would have been wide open, right, Aziz?
Yeah, I would have caught that one-handed too.
There you go. And then a little bit later in the game, more Fountain Valley. Again, Luke Taylor. Dude, this guy's fast. Watch this. Just dragging across, rolling out, catches it. Now watch the effort here. Jukes one defender. Breaks another tackle. Breaks a third tackle. Finishes it. You talk about effort, hustle, second effort, third effort. So now it's just a beatdown at this point. 42-6. More offense. Brady Tomko. This used to be my 2-point conversion play at the freshman level. You drag that wing back
line him up at the wing,
scrimmage.
right? Yeah.
Look at Tomko's speed.
Look at Brady go.
Keep that up, Brady. You might be playing at Notre Dame in a couple years.
Wow.
All right, so now it's 49-6. It's officially a rout. And that'd be the final. So Fountain Valley taking care of business.
All academic. The Barons moved to 1-0. Great
Coach
job,
G,
guys.
congratulations. Got the win on the road.
Coach Washington dialing up on the offense there, too.
That's right. All right, let's grab the game, the helmet of the team you were at.
Huntington Beach.
Huntington Beach was hosting Orange, their home opener. That's a team that two very evenly matched teams, probably the most competitive of all the games that were played this week in terms of coming down to the end. But
this was if you like quarterback football play, this was the game to be at.
Well, Orange had a freshman who was lighting it up. So if you're Orange, I know they came up short, but you got to be excited about your future. 4-year starter. So, by the way, do you know any Huntington Beach guys, Aziz?
I did. I know their center.
But, of course, the lineman.
Yeah.
Right?
No, obviously their quarterback.
Right.
That's kind of it.
Okay. So, home opener for Huntington Beach. Let's roll it. Nico Lopez. Going to run a little in and out. Brady Edmonds hits him right on the money. And early on, it's 7-0 Huntington Beach.
By the way, the atmosphere there was great.
Was it rocking?
It was awesome.
I heard Newport was rocking too. We'll talk about that when we get to that game. So now defense getting it done on both sides of the ball. Our guy,
the man
of steel. Steel Kurtz is going to read it out, jumps it, look at the sideline. This is what I love. Like everybody's getting fired up, running down the sidelines.
It's like he almost knew that route was coming. I mean,
he read it.
You can attribute that. I talked with the Huntington Beach coaching staff. One of the coaches told me they did some good film work.
Well, hey, read the quarterback's eyes. So Orange would battle back, settle down 14-7. Looks like they're going to make this a game. And every time they tried Micah Riola, one of the new kids on the block, going to take it.
92 yards.
Mikola up the middle. Let's go. He's not dancing left and right. He just finds that gap and hits it.
Special teams.
Well, that's a third of the game. We talk about offense and defense, but, don't fall asleep on special teams. So Orange feeling good back in it, and just like that, Beach kind of rips the momentum right back from them. More offense, Brady Edmonds. Now, this dude's 6'5". You think of him not as a slow guy, but when you're that big, you're usually not a runner. Well, not in the case of Brady. This guy takes it. Didn't you say he had like 100-something yards rushing?
Yeah, he did.
Look at that. He took it to the house.
That's 61 yards for pay dirt there for the Oilers.
We know he's got a cannon for an arm, but if he's got legs that are that effective, he's going to be a problem. That's why teams like Ohio State, Alabama, Georgia won him.
Every time Orange would kind of edge back into the game, the Oilers would just score and be like, "Nah, you're not going to catch us."
I think Edmonds to Foster just runs a little in and out up the sideline, kind of back shoulders it. Nice adjustment in the air. The defender was actually in good position, but
Troy
Foster
had another great catch earlier that got called back on a ineligible man downfield.
Oh, darn lineman. Aziz, stay back. What are you getting downfield for? You're not a tight end. All right, Edmonds is going to call his own number. He reads the defensive end. Nice read, Brady. Oh, got to stay home.
Another rushing touchdown for Brady.
Yeah, dude, this guy's a ground threat. Just put him in the backfield. All right, again, Orange hanging around. It's 42-28.
Yeah.
Play some defense, get the ball back. And our guy, Troy Foster, here's another dude in the studio.
This is going to be a 90-yard
Find the gap and hit it.
return. So what's interesting is you don't see that often, kickoff returns for touchdowns, but the Oilers had two, and even more remarkable, Orange was smart. They kicked away from Micah Riola, but then Troy Foster takes one back.
It's like choose your poison.
Yeah, it's like the Oilers just had
Who is their special teams coordinator? Is that Coach Kim?
I believe so. Whoever it is doing a great job.
We should have given him Coach of the Week, but I like your choice too, but that's fans on stuff. All right, where are we at? Okay, so later in the game, Nico Lopez. Here's another guy who might be a big target this year. Is just going to run it out. Brady puts it where it's got to be. Touchdown Oilers.
So you got Steele Kurtz and Troy Foster already, and now you add Nico Lopez into the mix. Boy, Edmonds has got some weapons to throw to.
56-35 at that point. It was a shootout. Huntington Beach did what they had to do, and then kind of trying to hang around. I don't know who the defensive end was. I couldn't see the number, but you got a left-handed freshman quarterback rolling to his right, trying to throw against his body, and that's just, you're going to watch the film and say, don't do that. Don't ever throw against your body rolling out. So final was 56-35. Oilers win. So far the league's 2 for 2, looking good. So congratulations. We actually have an interview.
All right.
I told you guys not to let me forget that, by the way.
Troy Foster.
Right. You did this one, right?
Yes, I did.
All right. Can we get the volume up, please? All right. Let's see what Troy had to say.
Huntington Beach Oilers, joined by Troy Foster. Great game tonight, Troy. What was
Thank
the
you.
victory in your opinion?
I feel like Coach Brown told us before every game, we got to execute on special teams, defense, and offense. You got to win at least 2 of those. I felt we won all 3. We had a couple kick return touchdowns. Defense did their job. Steele got a clutch pick 6. We were driving the ball on offense on them all game. So it just all three areas of the game we beat them in.
Let's talk about your 90-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. What happened on that play?
I was thinking Mike, our other kick return, he already got one. I was like, they're kind of scared to kick it to him. So I was like, they better, if they kick it to me, I'm going to take it all the way. They did. It was kind of a short kick, but I picked it up and just followed my blockers right to the end zone.
So, long off season, getting prepared for this. What's it like to get back on the football field and play some real football against a great Orange team? How'd you feel?
Man, it just feels great. The off season, it was super long. This is what we've been working for. All those gassers, all that hard work, the extra work with Brady on and off the field, man. It just feels so good to be back.
How important is it to get the first one of the season in your first
It feels great. It gives us so much momentum going into the next game and the next game. Starting off 1-0, everyone's happy, everyone's in a good mood, so it's great.
Got a tough one against Trevino Hills next week. What's going to take to beat them?
It's going to take a hard, long week of practice. We got to fix up some mistakes. Last year we fell short by them by 3 points. We kind of came out slow. I feel like the bus ride kind of had us, a little foggy and stuff. But we got them at home this year, so I feel like the energy will definitely be there in the beginning of the game. And if we start out hot, I think we could definitely take them.
Hey, well, great job tonight, Troy. The Oilers move to 1-0. We'll see you guys
Yes,
next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Coach, you did not give Troy his proper introduction.
Wow, what did I do wrong?
It needs to be 2024 Cup stacking champion Troy Foster.
Hey, that's your job. That's a fan zone thing. But no, he's right. Troy, I think, made a great point. You work so hard in the offseason, all the conditioning, Aziz, right?
Yeah.
All the lifting, all the things, all the sacrifice, the practices, the 2 days. That game 1 is so important just to kind of give you some relief from all that hard work you'd put in. And so you guys started. We're going to get your game in a minute. Just to get that first one, get some momentum, feel good about yourself. It's always nice to win that first game. So shout out to Huntington Beach. Got it done.
All right, where are we going next?
We are going up the coast to Marina. They were taking on Westminister, the battle for Boswell, right, Taryn? He's shaking his head up and down. So a little rival game early on.
We're still in the process of obtaining a Marina football helmet, too.
Yeah, guys, if you're watching this, send us a helmet. We'll use it as a prop. So early on, first game jitters, this is not uncommon. You're trying to work on little things. Garrett Honeycutt hits the receiver right on the money. Oh, but drops it. Should have been 7-0. Marina did get the ball back. Again, second drive. Honeycutt puts it on the money.
Nice
should be
throw.
14-0.
Nice
No, he threw
throw.
it the show, but he got to catch it. But that's okay. The defense was keeping him in the game. So one of the challenges is when it's not 4K and it's from a distance, it's hard to see the numbers. I reached out to Coach T to try to get some of the guys, but this is the outside linebacker, maybe the strong safety. He's going to jump in front of the out route, picks it. Could he take it all the way down the near sideline? Shaking tackles, juking defenders.
That's a great return. Look at that.
And he just gets knocked out about 5 yards short. And interestingly enough, Westminister stopped him. So Marina tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't get it. And so, again, 3 chances. Probably should have been 21-0 at this point, but it's still 0-0 in the second quarter. So Honeycutt, Garrett's going to try to take things into his own hands. He's going to drop back. No one open, so he tucks the ball under. Big gain. Gets his team set up in the red zone. And that's going to set up their first touchdown of the game. This time Garrett's going to call his own number. Quarterback blast. Follow that fullback. Boom.
Ooh.
So second quarter, yeah, right? He
He
trucked him.
paid
So
the price, but he got it in there.
that's right.
Yeah,
So
paid her.
7-0 Marina. in the second quarter, and this is why it was such a great defensive effort. All night long, Westminister just couldn't get their ground game going. That front seven was just lights out. More defense from Westminister. I want you to watch the middle backer. 3rd and long, he's mirroring that quarterback. Open field tackle, good leverage, gets his head across, brings down Westminister on, it's 3rd down. So again, they can't get anything going on offense. And then finally, the Marina offense waking up. Number 3 down the middle, slot receiver. Garrett hits him. So now 14-0. Marina looking good. More defense all night long. And you know the DC, if I'm not mistaken.
Eric Johnson.
Angel Garcia off the edge. Boom! Knocked that ball out. Interestingly enough, he's able to hang on to the ball, but that was a great shot. And so he's going to get his team the ball back. And then Shane Cassidy recovers, just runs by the defender using that track speed. I don't even know if he's a track guy, but he might want to consider it. So 21-0. Marina's rolling.
Look at the old school high white socks he's wearing, like Anthony Carter.
I love it. So late in the game, 21-0. Marina's looking good. Now I want you to watch the punter, all you punters out there. What can't you do when they finally snap the ball? You can't step on it. That's a safety.
He did the Dan Orlovsky.
He did the Dan Orlovsky. So now 23-0. Marina would go on to win. Great win for them. Started off 1-0. So again, we talked about the key to getting that first dub.
Interesting. Eric Johnson, defensive coordinator, comes in over to Marina. What happens in Marina's first game?
Shutout.
Shutout.
We had 3 shutouts. You guys had a shutout. Is that the first thing the coach brings up after the game, by the way?
The shutout?
Yeah.
No.
Really?
Yeah, no. He was talking about next week. Like, we got to stay focused.
Oh, I get it. What's done is done. Move on. All right, yeah, no. For us, a shutout was a big deal.
One game at a time, right?
One game at a time. All right. So the game I was at,
okay,
Los Al.
Los Al.
By the way, I was talking to Jason before the game. He said Newport had a great home crowd. How was the crowd? Now, you were on the road, so I don't expect a lot of CDM people to travel.
Well, for us, we didn't have that many people over because it was far. But for Rancho Verde, it was decent. It was a hostile environment to go to.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Los Al was packed in rock and roll. You said Huntington was packed?
Huntington was great.
So, hey, shout out to the fans. There's nothing better. And you tell me when you go to a game like Battle of the Bay, when it is just, wall-to-wall fans.
Decked out,
What was really impressive about Huntington is I don't think they've started school yet either. So
right, you guys started, right?
We started last week. This is our first week. Yeah.
Huntington starts this week, maybe?
I believe so, yeah.
So Los Al now has a home stadium, and it's the perfect size because they usually play at the Vet, and you could have twice the crowd, but it just looks so sparse because the stadium stands are so big. This was the ultimate home environment. Just look at the Murphy. Can you pull it up, please? If you look at the backdrop, it was like that from end zone to end zone. I mean, it was a real cool vibe. So early on, 2 top 25 teams in the county taking
Los Al number 8, Western number 19.
And Linear Barra, I mean, this was pretty much what we saw all night long. They were just a juggernaut. Western couldn't stop them. It was 7-0 early on. Okay, they do the dual shot thing, so bear with me on this one. So defense, Devon Mitchell, remember him? Devon Daniel coming off the edge, tries to fight inside, spins outside. Great move, keeps his containment, brings down the quarterback, and they knocked the quarterback really early on. That could have been the play because he's looking like he's hurting a little bit there.
3 Griffins that could have gotten him there.
Great job on the defense, both sides of the ball. And then Gerard Terry, here's another, Los Al always seems to have 2 backs. Gerard Terry and Linear Barra this year are going to be their 1-2 combo. I don't think anybody touches them.
No.
I mean, this is just a clinic on how to run an offense. So shout out to TJ Finn calling some great plays.
Yeah.
So 14-0. I mean, people haven't even sat down yet. Again, more offense this time. My man, best name in football, Myron. How about that name, Myron? Myron Sean Baker. Had to sell last year. Hurt his ACL. Coming back, going to SC, as he's one of your favorite teams.
Yeah.
And can't quite get in, but that's okay because just a couple plays later, not this. Los Al in the red zone. Linear Barra. It was just him and Gerard Terry all night long. I think they combined for 6 touchdowns. And just like that, 21-0 Los Al. So then there's a power outage. That's why it just got dark all of a sudden.
Oh.
So those who don't know, Los Al's building another gym, right?
Right.
So all of a sudden the lights go out. And, the staff, the construction staff, they're long gone. This is Friday night.
Of course, yeah.
And so the AD's looking at the coach is looking at the trainer's looking at the plate, like nobody knows where to go or what to do. So Emma Verns, our Los Al sideline reporter, her dad, Nick, is an electrical guy. He's been an electrical engineer for years. He works for Legrand, I believe.
Yeah.
He
Very
goes and
knowledgeable
trouble
about all that
solves it,
stuff.
finds where I don't know if it's the converter.
circuit breaker?
Yeah, something like
Right,
that.
right.
And we were there for about half hour. If he wasn't there, that might have been played on a Saturday.
Nick solve that?
So he got some serious bonus points from
That's awesome.
admin because, yeah. So anyway, we're hanging out for about 40 minutes. They finally get the lights back on. That was the only thing that was shutting down Los Al because, okay, another quick story. The play before Alonzo Esparza gets knocked down, right? He gets a rib shot, so he's out on the sideline. I'm talking to him, and, he's cool. He's recovering. And the backup comes in, Wyatt. And I look at Alonzo. I'm like, Alonzo, you better get back in there because I don't want you to get Wally pipped here. And he kind of looks at me like, settle down, coach. And so, but no, Wyatt, the backup, got an opportunity, made the most of it, got a touchdown. So Alonzo, of course, runs right back in the game. Best formation of football. Jumbo is going to toss it to Gerard. And again, this was just a machine that couldn't be stopped. It's still second quarter, 35-0. More Los Al, this time on defense. All right, Tayden Sunshine Rogers.
Where'd you get the sunshine from?
I think it's his hair. He's got that kind of bleach blonde hair. But that's his nickname on the team.
Oh, nice.
He's going to pick it. Can't quite get in the end zone, but it didn't matter because it's coming a couple plays later. Best formation in football. Jumbo, Gerard Terry. And these are not replays. Up the middle, fights to get that extra yard, fighting Frenches. And now 42-0 Los Al. They're not slowing down. More defense. Another pick, this time by Justice Crofy. I was talking to one of the parents. They said, this guy's going to be a dude. And, yeah, pick 6. It's kind of hard to argue that. So they got some guys this year. You remember, Los Al lost, I think, 15, 16 players to either transfers or graduation starters.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a whole different team.
Really good guys.
And for them to come out, it's 49-0. We're still in the first half and dominate the way they did. They got to be feeling good about themselves. And then Alonzo finally gets to throw a ball. Just, every time he handed it off, it was touchdown. Cam Tillis, he just throws a dime down the middle. I mean, there's just no stopping that. But watch this ball he throws. I want to do it again from the end zone cam. Just sits back all day to throw.
Just lays it right in there.
Playing Madden when you play like freshman mode. There's just too much separation, right? So it's 56-0 at half. It's a blowout. Los Al pulls all their starters. But you typically don't pull your starters on special teams because that's just too. You have a backup offense and blue defense and all that. Like, that's easy, but you're not going to start pulling starters on special teams. It just becomes a nightmare.
Well, it's too complicated. You ever try to change guys in and out on special teams during a game?
And they don't know where to line. It's just so anyway. They got their starters in, and of course this ball goes to Lenny Ibarra, who's already lit them up the first half, and predictably, Lenny's going to take it to the house. And
I know from experience about trying to change guys in special teams during a game.
It's just too much. So anyway, it is what it is. He'd take it to the house. Now at this point, it's 63-0. They score one more late with their backups. They were just handing the ball off late in the game. And, so Los Al got the win. I mean, that was...
So, you know what? Reading between the lines, that's a statement win for Los Al. Because like you said, you alluded to it, and you said it. They lost a lot of guys. We all know this. Graduation is one thing, but they did lose guys that went to other schools. And that's got to be frustrating. However, what a statement game. Because Western was ranked number 19. That's a good team. That's not like some just random team. Los Al's number 8.
You're right.
Western's number 19, and they come out and they start the season with a 71-0 victory. That's a great, great, great statement by Los Al. Hey, look.
Well, last year Western kind of hung with them and shocked them. So I think Los Al got their attention, or they got Los Al's attention. They came focused. But what a great environment. That was fun. After the game, everybody's walking to Volcano Burger and in and out. It reminded me of what high school was like when we were there. Just
absolutely.
Great environment.
But
really,
credit to Los Al and their coaching staff for, getting those guys ready to play and like, hey, you know what? We lost some guys to transfers. That's fine. We're Los Al. We're going to be fine.
Yeah, we don't, what do they call it? We don't read what? We reload.
Yeah, exactly. So
anyway.
Good for the Griffins.
What's the term, Taryn?
You don't rebuild.
You don't rebuild, you reload. Thank you, Taryn. Would you get on the mic next time? The fans can't hear you. Get off your phone. You can play Tetris later. All right, let's go. Back to work. Oh, no, we got an interview. So, okay.
Come on, Mo.
Speaking of dropping the ball.
Wasn't Terrence supposed to remind you?
Calling me. Yeah, okay. That's twice now, interviews. 0 for 2, little tiger.
How about you start remembering?
Jason asked us, well, that would help too. I made notes.
He's old. He's got memory loss, Terrence. Come on.
And it's only going to get worse. So we have these new microphones this year, and this is actually a good disclaimer for the guys when we interview you. Hold the mic kind of not too far away, but not like you're in your mouth like you're eating it, because it does affect the volume.
About like here.
I thought I charged them, but I turned the button on by accident. Right. So when I get to the interview, the mics appear to be on, but they were dead. And if I plug that thing into my phone, I get no volume. So I got a great interview.
You got to look for the little green light when you hit that thing.
Braden McKenna, totally on me, Terrence. So you're not the only one ruining the show.
Come on, Mo. You went to UCLA.
Well, you got to turn the mic button on too, by the way.
It is on.
Now it is. All right. Anyway, you made me lose my train of thought. So I had 2 good interviews. Braden McKenna, Alonzo. I didn't capture him, but Emma got some interviews, and she got the backup quarterback, which was cool because those guys never get any love.
Yeah.
So let's see what Wyatt Lucci, not Wyatt Lucas, had to say.
Hi, I'm Emma Burns with Sunset Rewind, and tonight we're here with Wyatt Lucci. So you ran for a touchdown tonight. How did that feel?
It was awesome. Great job by the big guys up front. They made it easy for me, so all credit goes to them.
What did you think of your big win to 0 against Western?
Yeah, it was awesome. It was just a great team effort. Our teams we all work hard together, and it was just a great night for everyone.
Was there one person on your team who specifically stood out?
Basically cut out the background. I thought they were.
No, I think everyone just did their job exactly how we wanted to, and that's just, I think this year we all work as one, and we're a really great team.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
There you go. That's why you should wear the microphone. You see how Emma had that
He actually had it
on
attached.
his jersey? There you go.
I do that too.
Good. Oh, we'll talk about your film jobs.
Yes.
This goes back to last year when Christian Brooks won a Jack Elliott Award.
Oh, stop.
All right.
Where were you?
I was working. All right. I'm a teacher too. All right.
Fake news.
It wasn't, speaking of not all great news, let's head down to Davidson Field.
Okay.
This is one of the heartbreakers. Dole, grab that.
jeez.
Probably one of the greatest helmets in all of high school football, the American flag. Newport Harbor was at home. Karen, you actually announced this game.
I'm
By
going to
the
go
way,
old school on this one. He's one of the greatest helmets of all time. I remember being in high school. Remember Shane Foley,
oh yeah, the SC guy.
USC guy. Yeah,
It's one of Aziz's team. He's an SC
I think
guy.
that was the first time
Yeah.
I ever saw the Newport Harbor helmet, and that's like 1985 or something.
Taryn, if somebody wants to watch a home game, I know you're announcing it. Where do they go?
They go to YouTube, TAR TV, or NHHS TAR TV, and then you go to the live portion, and then once you're there, you find the game, and then you just click on it, and then you watch. Hopefully, there will be less technical difficulties than this past week.
Hey, it's week 1 for all of us, so it's all good. Hopefully they go to the game, but if you can't make the game and support the kids, you can definitely watch on TV. Huntington Beach has one too. We'll talk about that on the Fan Zone.
We will.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So early on, Harbor's looking good. First play of the season, Bodie Stefano showing off that arm, hits Cade, Lynn route. Looking good. He's going to drive his team all the way down the field. And then Jackson Strimick, I believe, he's only a sophomore, right, Taryn?
Yep.
He's going to get the ball. He's going to bounce it outside. And he has a brother on the team, right?
Sammy,
Yep.
the senior, wide
All right.
receiver.
Sammy the senior. So early on, 7-0 Harbor, looking good.
Speaking of old school, Newport brought
I'm
back
digging those uniforms. I know. That's the
Yeah.
first thing I noticed when I was breaking down this film. All right, 3rd down, defense. This is the first drive for
Second drive. Or no, first drive.
yeah, Terrence, stop correcting me when I'm live. All right, so 3rd down, great push by the front 7. Harbor's going to get the ball back. Now, Sammy Strimick, not going to be outdone by little brother. He's going to drag across the end zone. Bodie buying time. One-hander, look at that. So 14-0, good guys early on. At this point, Harbor's got to be feeling good about themselves. And then let's see, what are we looking at here? Okay, Tony Glenn, special teams. Can't handle it, lands on top of him. So now, got a chance to go 14-0, but
1-0.
but they weren't able to convert, and now,
Oh, got to retrace your steps, right?
yeah, they got lucky on that one. That's great. So it's still 14-7 Harbor, still in control, but here's probably the play of the game, and Uncle Richie, I want you to break this one down. If you guys are any Raider or Patriot fans out there,
Oh, no, hey,
we
hey,
got a,
hey,
we got
hey,
a tuck rule controversy
hey,
here.
Hey,
All right, let's just watch it in full motion. Is this a fumble? Everybody's kind of standing around, not sure. Now at this point, the ref can't change the call. They're all kind of looking at each other. And instead of possibly going up 21-7,
I will answer this question
it's
as
14-all.
as a Raiders fan. Brady fumbled that ball in 2001. That was a fumble. That
Yes.
was a fumble.
Well, forget. I'm worried about Harbor here. Now
Okay.
look, he steps back. He's stepping into the throw. Is the ball going forward?
That's a pass.
He kind of buggy whips it, but the ball. I don't know. Uncle Richie, what are you calling? This is Uncle. There's the white hat,
Every Newport Harbor fan was irate after that.
Well, I'm sure they were.
You know
I'm
what?
sure every St. Paul
you know
does
what?
irate call.
I agree with them, Taryn. That's a pass. That's a pass.
All right. Well, guess what? It doesn't matter what you
And
think.
no, being a referee is a tough job. I get it, but that's a pass.
So now we're all tied up. Whole different ball game. But still making plays on defense. Cade Fiegel, watch this. As a safety, he's going to come over the top. He's going to put the shoulder pad right on the ball. Pops this thing up like a volleyball.
Oh, Cade, nice.
So Harbor recovers. Again, now they got a chance to take the lead. They couldn't get a touchdown, but Daniel Uncle Rico is going to get the field goal. So fourth quarter, Harbor's got the lead.
Wow, left-footed too.
17-14. So now they got to just play some defense, get a stop, and they're 1-0. So fourth down, Trevor Glenn. Is that the brother too?
That has to be, yes.
So anyway,
And press coverage. Look at that.
pressing him. The receiver catches the ball, but he comes up, makes the tackle, short of the fourth. So again,
Great job, Trevor.
defense doing what they got to do. But again, St. Paul's going to get lucky late in the game. They just kind of grinded and pounded from what I understand.
Jumbo formation there.
Yeah, Harbor to get a couple more shots to try to take the lead late, but that was it. The final was 21-17. Heartbreak City, tough one. But, look, St. Paul's good.
Yeah, no, St. Paul's legit.
Mike Machete is the real deal.
Yeah.
No, he's a good coach. And you tell me, Jason was telling me after the game,
St. Paul's a great program.
they ran their sideline. They're doing burpees.
That's
They
awesome.
just got that work ethic, and you got to give them props. I mean, certainly I wanted Harbor
St.
to
Paul
win
was,
that.
remember when you and I were, was that the old Angelus League?
Yeah.
Remember that? Yeah.
No. So we have a new Taryn for Harbor. Thank God, because Taryn, you almost Wally pipped Uncle Dole. You might get Wally pipped by
Taryn, you're allowed to.
McKenna Maloof. I just want you to
Have a
watch the
comment.
interview, Taryn, before we comment here. She was gracious enough to meet with Coach Burns, which isn't easy. I never interview coaches or players after a loss.
I couldn't interview a coach. I couldn't
After a
interview him
loss?
after that.
No.
Well, let's just see how McKenna did.
Hi, I'm McKenna Maloof with the Sunset Rewind, and we have Coach Burns here. Coach Burns, even though it was a tough loss, there were some positives. What were some positive in tonight's game?
We did a great job coming out and, getting after it. We got 14 quick. We just kind of took our foot off the gas pedal, and, when it really mattered, we didn't go tackle and we didn't run the ball. So that's something we got to work on this weekend. And shout out to Coach Machete. He did a great job staying with it. His guys played hard for 4 quarters. We got to find a way to finish.
What are some things you think you can build on during this week's practice for your next opponent next weekend?
Just being more consistent and, staying consistent throughout practice and throughout the game. We kind of let up and, they capitalized on it, we didn't. And so that's something we really got to focus on, of not letting them sneak back in the game. We let them kind of left it open for them and made it tough.
Thank you.
Great job, McKenna. That's a great interview. And props to Coach Burns for, he's
Giving props to the opponent.
it's tough. That's he's 0-1 in his coaching career, but you know what? I got a feeling Coach Burns is going to have a lot of wins, a lot more wins and losses in his career at Newport Harbor. That guy just bleeds blue. He's alumni, right, Taryn?
For sure, class of 1994.
Yeah, that guy just I remember when you and I went to that banquet last year, he gave that speech. I was kind of like, dude, this guy's got me.
Yeah, and
ready to
we
play,
already talked about this. That was a good opponent. It
Yeah.
was a close
No,
game.
St. Paul's
It could have
great.
gone either
Yeah.
way. So, it hurts when you lose, but you got to get up off the mat and fight. They got 9 more games plus the playoffs, so there's a
Yeah.
lot of football to play.
I think the
And after a
Sailors will
win,
be
you don't
fine.
sit there and say, okay, the season's over. There's a lot of football. You get over it. You watch the film. But let's get back to McKenna. I think that's the real story here.
Great interview.
Boy, Taryn, I don't want to be too hard on you. I just feel solid. Her camera was such better quality.
Oh, you can shut up about that.
She was articulate, prepared.
Cypress, if you're listening, if Mo doesn't come in the next day, it's probably because of me.
He's at Lexington.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
in plans to give me a beat down. All right, fair enough. You can beat me up after the show. We got one more show
Sorry.
to go. That's okay.
Taryn, I think you do a great job.
I didn't know you're
buddy.
so violent.
You never know. It's always the quiet ones.
You unleash that tiger. That's right. He's right.
Christy,
All right.
if you're listening, I'm sorry.
It's Chrissy, not Christy. All
I
right.
said Chrissy.
Let's get back to football.
Yes.
CDM.
Okay.
Mr. Aziz, you were at this game, if I'm not mistaken, right? You were at this game, right?
Yep.
Are you left tackle, left? Where do they have you?
So I would play left. I played left tackle last year, and then I'm over to right tackle.
Any particular reason why?
Well, we had a new transfer come in, Anthony Hastings, and then we were just messing around, and it was better fit for him to play left tackle. And then I was moving around, playing center maybe. So
We're going to have a lot more back and forth on the Fan Zone episode. But real quick, you're looking to play ball next year. Can you tell me real quick about some of the options?
Fresno State's an option.
Was Boydell. I like that
Boydell.
combo.
Go Bulldogs.
On power all day long. Boydell blocked down anyway. Anything
San
else?
Jose, and then Washington State too.
Is Cooper still at San Jose?
Yeah, Cooper Oak's still at San Jose. He's balling
These
out.
CDM guys are everywhere. Oh, is he?
Yeah.
All right, we got to start following those guys. All right, let's get back to football. We talked earlier. You guys were on the road at
Rancho Verde.
Rancho Verde.
What was the temperature like out there? Because sometimes inland first games
That's,
it can get a little toasty. Was it okay?
Moreno Valley, right?
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be around like higher 80s, but it was maybe, I think the hottest was maybe 82, then cooled
Well,
down to like a
bad.
70.
And once the sun
bad.
drops,
Yeah.
especially
Yeah.
out there, and you're on
not
that
bad at all.
AstroTurf. But okay, let's get into this. So CDM getting a shutout. So I think we got to start with defense. Watch this hit, Colton Eggleston. I mean, if I was going to show a clinic on how to make form tackling, fights off the edge, boom, gets those hips into it. We're going to do that one more time. We're doing it in slow motion. The tackle can't even get to him. Kind of arm overs, but just watch the leverage. Gets down, fires those hips through.
And he splits that block with the running back, too.
I mean, that's just sick. You think every time that running back's running the right, he's not going to be thinking about that. Great job early on, setting the tone defensively. And then Dorsett Stecker, the Max in the Shed area has officially become, a little double move, post down the middle.
Oh, nice.
That kid, bro.
Yeah, that's, you guys always have a money receiver.
Aziz, you got something to say about
Say that again?
Dorset Stecker's a special player. He makes it every time. Like,
I'm telling you, you guys have money receivers every time. Okay.
Yeah, you guys.
Huddle's a little tricky here. Okay, so 7-0, good guys. Let's see, a little bit later on in the game. What are we looking at here? Oh, Brett Clemmer.
Right.
He's been on the show before. He's going to sneak out of the backfield. It's right down the middle. Nobody touches him. I mean, talk about splitting the two. I mean, that's just too easy. He was another Jack Elliott Award finalist.
What's it like having like three massive tight ends like that it just can help with blocking and receiving?
it's so easy. Like you have three guys. Two of them are above 6'5", and then you have Breck there. Breck is a little on the shorter end in that group, but he's maybe the most physical.
compared
They're
to
so tall. He
Giuliano,
walked
yeah.
in. I'm like,
Yeah.
He's like 6'2", 6'3", and he's very physical and is very fast, high motor too.
So great job, Breck, the future CEO of Enterprise Rent-A-Car. His dad's a big one there.
Yeah.
He used to be. I think he retired. Anyway, okay. Alexander Nicken is going to come in, not make the tackle, but he's going to get that arm on the ball to strip it loose, and then Cook Cannon's going to finish it up. Pick that ball up. Recover it
Scoop and
first.
score.
Yeah, he tried to scoop and score, but you got to get the ball first. And then you can try to make something happen. More defense all night long. Again, a shutout. We're going to give them a lot of love. Tucker Murray is going to drop back, running with that receiver. He's going to break on the ball. Look at that. Good vision. Gets a pick.
Looks like they had a nice sunset there in Moreno Valley. You see
Yeah, nice
that?
backdrop,
Yeah.
right? Scott Anderson, we couldn't identify this guy, so I'm sorry. The safety in the background, the blips up the middle, and just were harassing that guy all night long. And he was a fast quarterback, but, it's tough to drop back when you got people in your face. More offense this time again. Dorsett Stecker, Max Shed and him. This is going to
Gonna
be
do a
something
little
here.
corner out. Yep.
You're going to be hearing about these two all
That is
season
so
long.
hard to defend that.
All right, so 21-0. CDM, more defense, of course. This time, Brady Goodall. He's going to kind of mask his coverage. Nice. He's going to drop back to the deep middle. Turns on it. And at that point when the ball's in the air, you have every right to it as the offense does. And
Absolutely.
he becomes a receiver. So more CDM defense. And again, special teams. Cannon Cook coming off the edge. Using that speed. Gets a piece of it.
By the way, that's
So-
our next cool name in Sunset League. We had Steel Kurtz and now Cannon Cook.
I do like that. Aziz, are you on any special teams?
Besides PAT now. Oh, and then PAT block. That's kind of.
Because you're so tall.
Yeah.
Your PAT block must be sick. Do you get all the tight ends right
God.
there over the guard?
I don't know about the tight ends, but we have the three big boys.
Dudes,
up in
okay,
front, yeah.
that's smart. All right, then it's the last play of the game. Not last play of the game, but it's late. Tucker Murray. Moreno Valley can't do anything on offense. And that's one of the reasons why.
That quarterback
Third
looks
pick
like
of the game.
he's getting harassed the whole night by the D-line.
Well, that's it. You get
Yeah.
that front seven in his face, and the safeties just drop back and cover. It makes life easy. So, Coach Heddig, season number 2, 1-0. The boys
right.
got it done. So, congratulations to you guys. And so, I think that is it for all the games. Excuse me. No, so I reached out to the Edison staff. I reached out to 2 of the coaches. If I don't get the games, I can't show the games. So,
Sorry, Edison.
they were on the road. They had a tough loss. They lost by 1. So-
29-28.
With about 13 seconds left.
Clovis West.
3 seconds.
Yeah, so, you think about the teams we covered, they probably should have been 7-0.
Yeah.
Edison lost in the very last play of the game by 1.
So,
Harbor
yeah.
came up short, so
Sunset League was 5-2 this week. Harbor lost by 4, Edison by 1. So as Taryn pointed out yesterday, 5 points.
So things are looking good.
Yeah.
I want 7-0 this week, but 5-2, sometimes you got to go with what you got. So we invite a player in every week, and so we have 2 shows. This one they're both being shot on Sunday. We released the Fan Zone on Monday. They'll be tomorrow. I have people kind of talk to me after the shows. They go, you bring these guys on, but they don't really talk that much in the first episode.
Right.
It's hard when I'm breaking down games for them to interact. We try to throw them some bones, but on the Fan Zone, it's all interaction.
Yeah.
So it's not like he's getting comfortable or he's loosening up. It's just the format is not really guest friendly for the review.
Fan Zone Aziz will be totally involved.
We'll make sure you don't shut up. So I guess that's it for week 0, right?
Week 0. Talk about California Showcase real quick.
Go ahead.
California Showcase coming up on February 22nd, 2025. Great Park in Irvine. We'll have more details on that in the Fan Zone episode. Thank you very much for joining us today. Remember to watch us on YouTube, like and subscribe. Any comments, questions you have, feel free to answer them. Follow us on X and Twitter, Sunset_Rewind.
Come on. Get it out. It's hard. We're live.
I keep listening to that, the Taryn soundbite.
Don't blame Taryn for your problems.
Anyway, week 0 in the books. Sunset League goes 5-2. Looking forward to next week.
Tune in tomorrow for the Fan Zone.
Tune in tomorrow for the Fan Zone. Take care. God bless. Thank you for being here, Aziz.
Yeah, no problem.
We'll see you in the Fan Zone.
Yes.
Newspaper clippings, feeling